Sagittarius. This is a bonus reading for you, a timeless reading that I'm doing for you, where I'm channeling using my new decks, oracle cards, and this reading is thanks to Ruth Trout, a client of mine, who sent me these cards as a gift. And I want to do this bonus reading for you using these cards, bringing you this special message from Source to tell you what it is you need to work on at the moment, what it is you can focus on to help you on your journey with whatever it is that you are challenged with right now. So I just want to say thank you to Ruth and just welcome my guides, my keepers into the space as I'm about to channel for my Sagittarius collective, sharing in this beautiful energy from this friend of mine all the way from New Zealand. And so I hope you enjoy this gift. Right. Let's see what it is that Spirit wants to guide you towards, Sagittarius, at this time. Whenever you find this reading, that is when it's meant for you. Blessings from the Queen of Heaven, of the heavens. Blessings from the Divine Empress of the skies. Okay, so this is your air energy that I'm picking up on here. And you could be an air sign. You could be an air sign. You could have air in your chart. Libra, Gemini. What's the other one? Is it Aquarius? Gone blank. Blessings from the Divine Empress of the skies. Messages from the heavens, tuning into and connecting to your connection with other planets. You could be a star seed. Very, very strong connection to the feminine. And receiving downloads and messages from ascended masters, intergalactic beings. You might have seen many signs and synchronicities that beings not from this planet are surrounding us, or are around you, sensing energies. Okay, but this is also a time, Spirit says, where you are receiving the power, the courage, and the ability to release things without having to cut off your own head. You know what this brings me to, what I'm hearing from Spirit is, you know, being in that situation where you feel like you want to be able to transcend a challenge or a situation in a relationship, or it could be a relationship with something, it could be your relationship with someone, but then it feels as though you'll be throwing the baby out with the bathwater, and at the same time you don't want to compromise your own values. So how do we love unconditionally without compromising ourselves? Meaning the conditions don't dictate how we show up in a situation. We establish first and foremost what is at the heart of what it is we're wanting to offer. So if that is honesty, then that is what we stay true to, regardless of how somebody else might receive it. And also we remain honest with ourselves about what is happening. Sometimes with our wounding and our triggers, we have a tendency to take things very personally that really have nothing to do with us, in terms of it has nothing to do with your value, it has nothing to do with your worth, it has nothing to do with your capacity to be happy right now. It might, however, have to do with the vibration you have active, where you are hoping that the people in your life are willing to sacrifice the harmony in your connection to be honest with you, because that's what you're willing to do. And your why, the reason why you show up in a relationship could be very different to the reason why somebody else shows up in a relationship. Perhaps for that person, the harmony is more important. And then them choosing not to be honest, them choosing not to speak their truth, gives them the illusion of harmony, but it will guide them towards realizing that this is not real harmony. Real harmony is being honest. Is being able to give yourself a voice. It's being able to express your concerns before they get out of hand. You know, you have had the tendency, beloved, of cutting people, things, and situations out when they become uncomfortable. This is what I'm getting. You have had an experience in early childhood where you learned that the person or the people who are supposed to keep you safe are overly involved in their stress, in their trauma, in their drama. And they miss you, and then they don't see that you are being hurt, or that you are neglected, or that you need them. They cannot see that you've dealt with abandonment on a very, very deep level, where your security, not just a sense of security, because the people or the person who was supposed to be protecting you was not focused on you, their focus was elsewhere. They were distracted by something else. They were distracted by something else that they were dealing with. Some external thing that they were dealing with. They missed you. They were not in tune with what was happening with you, and this put your life in danger. This put you in danger. And so this is why when you're in a situation where you realize that somebody's focus is not on you, is not in alignment with what you are wanting to build, when their focus is elsewhere, when they're distracted by some sort of external drama, or they are not in a good place psychologically, or if you pick up on the slightest hint of neglect, you cut that out, because you believe you already know where that's going and how that ends. And right now you're trying to avoid the impulse to cut things out. You cut people and situations off very quickly, and this is how you've been protecting yourself for a long time, but you've also come to realize that this also makes you cut things off prematurely, things that need space and time to grow, things that offer you an opportunity to get over your fear, that if your needs are not a priority, that if you are not the focus, if you are not the priority, and some external toxic thing is, then you're vulnerable. And you don't want to be in situations like that because of your childhood trauma. And I don't mean to make you sound like you're needy or like you always need people's attention. No, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's a deeply rooted tendency to be hyper-focused and hypersensitive to when people have checked out on you. And then you know, okay, I'm not safe here anymore. And that's your indication to cut it off. But at the same time, you want to grow beyond that impulse, that fear to need somebody's focus, full focus and attention to be on you in order for you to feel safe and secure. So the Queen of the Divine Empress of the Skies is coming to help you, to give you the power to tune into the support, the protection, and the stability that the universe offers you, that your guides and your keepers offer you, that you are connected to powerful ascended masters that are constantly making sure that everything is okay with you. They are on your side, and you do not need the undivided attention or focus of that person in your relationship or that situation. Sometimes people's attention and focus can waver because we as humans are fickle. It doesn't mean that you are not loved and you are not worthy. And so they are giving you the help and the guidance to overcome this fear and this tendency to be sensitive and hyper-focused on where somebody else may or may not be, to determine and establish your sense of security. Okay? So that natural tendency to just cut things out and then abandon opportunities or throw away things that are actually meant to bring you value, to help you to overcome your fears, to grow beyond those insecurities and those triggers. You are important and you are a priority, and somebody else's somebody else's free will to decide where they're going to give their focus and their attention is irrelevant to your security, is irrelevant to your joy, and should be irrelevant to your happiness. Okay. So she's saying, I'm helping you to clear the throat chakra, communication. And as you clear your throat chakra, you will receive better communication as well, to have greater clarity about the bigger picture and not to be driven by your impulse to protect yourself and then to throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know that saying? We want to keep the baby, we just don't want the dirty bathwater. And for some of us, it's hard to separate it. How do I hold on to what is valuable and release the rest? It takes practice. Okay, so let's see what the Blue Messiah cards have to say. So as I said to you, these cards are new cards I've received, gifts from a client and friend of mine. And I've just channeled from the Isis Oracle. Okay. And now I'm going to bring you a message from the Blue Messiah reading cards. And these are transformational cards for the soul. So let's see what Spirit wants to bring you. What sort of message Spirit wants to bring to you through these. Okay. Planetary shifts. Things are shifting. You are shifting. As I said before, you are no longer your go-to that has always been your go-to, which is when my nervous system spikes, when I don't feel secure, when I don't feel that I'm a priority, I'm out. Okay? Because I don't feel safe. When I don't feel safe, and you've never interpreted as if I'm not a priority, because you don't feel you need to be a priority to someone, but you do interpret that lack of being a priority, that lack of attention, that lack of focus as I'm not safe, because this person who I trust, or this situation who I have trusted for a while to care for me, to care how I feel, to care that I'm safe, is not focused on me now. So I'm in danger. I'm vulnerable. Okay. And so things are shifting for you. And now, and as I said, you are connected to ascended masters, and as a starseed being, you do have these guides, these very wise, intelligent guides on the other side that you are working with. And so I'm not surprised that you received the planetary shift as your guidance card. As the planet shifts, whatever is happening on the planet is also happening and taking place within you. At the moment, we've got Mars in Scorpio. Scorpio is about revenge, very unforgiving when you've wronged them. And Mars is the planet of war, so it's intense. And I wouldn't be surprised if you do have these conflicts coming to the surface, and your impulse is, well, I need to cut this out. I need to cut this person out. I'm not safe with this person. I can't trust this person anymore. I need to cut this out. I need to cut the situation out to protect myself. But you are changing and things are shifting, and you are moving out of an old programming and an old narrative where you are protecting yourself, but in doing so also keeping out a lot of goodness. And things are shifting, all right? So the message is, when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. When the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. And I am familiar with this impulse. This message is resonating with me. I'm a Sagittarius. I have been for most of my life intolerant of anything that feels as though it is going to be harmful. I've had to protect myself, and it's taken me a lot of work to move beyond that. And now I am actually at this place where I feel like I can't just keep cutting things off, but I do want to not be a match to the aspects of the situation that is lower vibrational. I want to be a match to the aspects of what is being offered to me that is high vibrational. And I always ask Spirit, well, how is this serving me? What is it wanting to give me? What is it wanting to set me free from? And maybe it is from the vulnerability that is automatic when I need to feel like someone else's priority is to make sure I'm okay, because then I'm vulnerable to where they may or may not be, because my safety and security depends on their well-being, and no one can promise you that. No one can promise you well-being. No one can promise you that they're always going to be in a strong, perfect place, and that they're always going to be in alignment. So when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. We are living in a transitioning world where there are many uncertainties. Time is speeding up, and many people are sensing great shifts in Mother Earth's vibrational frequencies. This card serves to guide, to assist you through the changes within your energy body as Gaia moves through her own spiritual evolution. As the paradigm of the old world pass and the beginnings of the new world emerges, the clash between the planetary mind and the heart can be felt. The mind and the heart. It's that clash. That's the conflict. And the conflict that we see in the world is also a conflict. Is also at the heart is that kind of conflict. It's this choosing between what is right or wrong, or just forgiveness and not taking a side, and just letting love in, and just showing compassion. It's hard to do that when you're in fear, when you're afraid, when your biggest fear is, but what if this person takes advantage and hurts me? What if this person doesn't care as much about my harmony and about showing me compassion? Well, it doesn't matter where that person is, because that person's karma depends on where they are. Your karma and the reality you experience depends on where you are. Okay. Dear one, just as Mother Earth makes her transitional journey into the heart, so too do you move through these changes. If your mind is distracting you from moving forward with your heart, it is time to make a choice. Mind or heart? What am I going to line up with? Takes courage, and this is what the Divine Empress of the sky is helping you with right now. When you follow your heart without the restraints of the mind, you align your energy with love that individually and collectively transforms the world in unity and peace. Beautiful message. So what you are experiencing in your own personal life is also what is helping you to elevate, so that you can bring that energy for the collective. So the chakra you would want to give attention to right now, if this message resonates with you, is the solar plexus and the heart chakra. Okay? The solar plexus has to do with you trusting yourself, keeping your promises to yourself, and being creative, allowing yourself to be creative. without the expectation that everything should be perfect, trusting you are enough to create something beautiful, okay? And then the heart chakra, which is obviously being in a place of love, aligning up with source. What is it that source would see in this situation? The humanity, the kindness, having that compassion, and loving yourself and having compassion for yourself as well. An exercise that would be helpful right now is spend time in nature and connect with the heart of the mother, of the great mother of Gaia. By doing this, you will strengthen your connection to your own heart. Affirmations that would be really helpful at the moment is to say, when I follow my heart, I am open, willing, and courageous in all that I do. So write that down. And in fact, if this is your message and you claim it, write that affirmation in the comments below. When I follow my heart, I am open, willing, and courageous in all that I do. I hope that you enjoyed this message and that you receive it with love. Take care.